The Soyuz 11 disaster was a tragic event that occurred during the first crewed mission to the Soviet space station Salyut 1 in 1971. The disaster claimed the lives of all 3 crew members and marked the first in-flight fatalities in the history of human spaceflight. The Soyuz 11 mission was launched on June 6, 1971. The crew consisted of 3 cosmonauts, Georgi Dobrovolski, Viktor Patsayev, and Vladislav Volkov. The mission was planned to last 23 days, during which the cosmonauts would conduct scientific experiments and perform maintenance tasks on the space station. Everything seemed to be going according to plan until June 30th, when the Soyuz 11 crew prepared to return to Earth. As the spacecraft descended through the Earth's atmosphere, the crew reported that all systems were functioning normally. However, as the spacecraft approached the ground, it suddenly stopped transmitting data. When rescue teams arrived at the landing site, they found the Soyuz 11 spacecraft lying on its side, with the hatch sealed shut. The crew was found unconscious inside the spacecraft, and attempts to revive them were unsuccessful. All 3 cosmonauts had died from asphyxiation as a result of a sudden depressurization of the spacecraft. The investigation into the disaster revealed that a faulty valve in the spacecraft's descent module had caused the depressurization. The valve had been damaged during the separation of the module from the rest of the spacecraft, and this had caused a rapid loss of cabin pressure. The Soyuz 11 disaster was a devastating blow to the Soviet space program and to the families of the 3 cosmonauts who lost their lives. It was also a reminder of the inherent dangers of space exploration and the importance of safety measures. In the aftermath of the disaster, the Soviet space program implemented numerous safety improvements and new procedures to prevent similar accidents from occurring in the future. Despite the tragedy, the Soyuz program continued to be a cornerstone of the Soviet space program, and it remains an important part of Russia's space program to this day. While Dobrovolski, Volkov, and Patsayev gave the ultimate sacrifice 50 years ago today, and are the only humans to have died off Earth, their tragic loss came at the completion of their mission. And while it's easy to remember the physical reminders of their deaths in suits and redesigns and memorials, their work in Salyut 1 paved the way for so many elements of living in space that we largely take for granted today, that without them we would have had to have learned later. Ultimately, every person who has left the planet since that fateful June morning in 1971 owes the Soyuz 11 crew a debt of gratitude, as do the billions of us who have benefited from their 24-day scientific research mission. The Soyuz 11 disaster serves as a tragic reminder of the risks and sacrifices involved in space exploration, and it remains an important event in the history of human space flight. The bravery and dedication of the cosmonauts who lost their lives will always be remembered, and their legacy lives on in the successes of the space programs that followed.